David Savage, aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show. Let's get on with the Star Wars news, views, reviews, and interviews. The Clone Wars Deal or No Deal review coming back up later on in the show in the review section. Hold on to that if you can. That's one piece of news. So the next piece of news with Star Wars, very minimal this week as the world is still in this zone of many things. But the other thing is that the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker Episode 9 DVD, Blu-ray, and even special big edition pack of all the movies will be coming out technically this Wednesday, but I suspect this Monday if you just check your local DVD Blu-ray dealers. So that is pretty much the news for this time around at the moment. So maybe just to add a bit of news here, the big C word around the world. Here in Melbourne, Australia, we are not in complete lockdown. We are in heavy isolation and just minimal type things happening here. So that's all that I can report with that. But it's obviously not Star Wars related, but it's world related at the moment. Anyway, let's get on to with the views. Views is not about one's amount of views that gets on a channel like mine, but don't worry about that. I'm still here rocking. And it's not about predictions. This is my story ideas. So really I'm going to concentrate this week on Ahsoka. I think it's sort of an opinionated story idea. I think there should be a bit more depth going on with Ahsoka after she left the Jedi Order, sort of really a bit more depth. I wouldn't mind sort of her carrying out a big sort of leadership program with amongst of people, bringing her people to herself, like creating a new order, a new sort of crew group, sort of like a Jedi, but an Ahsoka version of that. I think that would be good. It would show that she really stands strong on her own and she can lead. I think that would be great story idea for the Star Wars story that you can fit in with this Clone Wars animation series that we have going on at the moment on Disney Plus. But that's my story idea. It's very, very minimal idea on my behalf this week, but I just think by watching so far the Clone Wars, just thinking it would be just better if she had a bigger crew. She's so far got a couple of people that are hanging out with her, but a bit of a bigger crew, group, organisation, not like a cult, but something that would be more significant in bringing a revolution in the later stages of Star Wars that we sort of got to see. Anyway, so that's my views for this week. Let's get into reviews. Reviews is on the Clone Wars, which is on Disney Plus. It's an animation series. It's called Deal or No Deal. It's episode 6, I believe. And straight off the bat, I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. I'm finding the Clone Wars are just sort of doing chunks of stories at the moment. Hopefully we're not going to get 4 episodes of each sort of thing leading up to the end. I find that the stories are just not filled with interesting ideas that lead you into the next sort of episode, which keeps you captivated, which was I think a big issue with The Last Jedi. That's episode 8. But again, nothing against The Last Jedi. I got into it. I thought it was good. But going back to the Clone Wars, Deal or No Deal, the episode was a bit dry. It had sort of interesting ideas. I liked how it sort of ventured in what we know is the Solo, a Star Wars story period of things with the Pike organization. Visually it's stunning. It's a lot of work in the look of it, but the story is a little bit dry. 7 out of 10. It's good, but just not super great. But I'm still into it. I'm sort of wanting to see where it leads. I'm not really interested in watching the show over and over again, which that's really how a Star Wars story or movie should go, but it's just not happening. But anyway, 7 out of 10 for that. So let's now get into the interviews. Interviews this week is a two question I ask myself for you guys out there. First question is, should you buy The Rise of Skywalker on Blu-ray DVD? And I'm going to straight away say yes. I'm definitely a person that likes a hard copy of things, especially in the times that we're living in now. I think, if things go down, then what are you going to do? If the streaming services and the internet sort of goes down, you won't be able to watch it. What can you do? So that's a good reason for it to have, and it's good to sort of just have a copy as a collector. I think the way of the future is definitely away from that type of medium, but I think it's still good to have a copy. I'm definitely going to go for the Steelbook. That's my choice. So that's the answer to the first question. The second question is the big Skywalker Saga DVD Blu-ray edition of all the movies, including Episode 9, worth it? And I'm going to say no. I think it's way overpriced. Here in Australia, it's $399 at a particular retailer. I think it's way overpriced. I think it's a great idea. I don't think the look of the box set is really thought out well. Still to this day, the best box set I've ever seen entirely was the special edition of Star Wars, which was at that time 4, 5, and 6, and it had the Darth Vader, half of Darth Vader's face with a gold box into it. It just looked it was really inventive, creative, and it looked great. I've still got a copy of that somewhere lurking around. I did watch that over and over. In that particular edition, it had Leonard Maltin, which is an old school movie interviewer and reviewer, interviewing George Lucas at the end, which was really prized, especially at that time and even now. But I think it's way overpriced. I don't think it's worth it. Would I get one if I had extra cash? Maybe, but I think I still feel guilty that it's way overpriced. It's a real cash grab with a real not so creative look, with the Death Star just planted in the front. There was just not a whole lot of thinking with that. The Death Star to me was not the whole central piece of Star Wars. They could have used something else. I don't hate it, I don't dislike it, I just don't think it's that good, and I think it's just way overpriced. So that's my answer to the second question. Just to let you know, I'm still rocking here on a weekly basis, as long as I can. Hopefully internet and things like that won't go down, with the Star Wars news, views, reviews, and interviews. And until next time, keep rocking.